Hey everyone, Cody from Mactelecom Networks. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at UniFi Protect iOS 2.13.0 update. Now this isn't a huge update, but it does introduce Vantage Point into our UniFi Protect application on our iOS phones. So let's get started. As of this new iOS update, we can't create the Vantage Points on our phone application, so we still need to go to our site manager to do that. But phone support for Vantage Point is coming soon. So to create a Vantage Point, we'll go to unifi.ui.com and we'll click on this icon, which is Vantage Point. And then we're going to create a new Vantage Point. With each Vantage Point, we could have up to 5 MVRs. These 5 MVRs could be at one physical location, or they could be at 5 different physical locations. We also did used to have UMVR stacking, but going over to the help article, it says we strongly discourage stacking UMVRs. Instead, we recommend employing an ENVR or taking advantage of Vantage Point if more space or power is needed. Stacking UMVRs is possible, but some key features won't be available across both within a stack due to resource limitations on the parent console. So that's why we're going to start deploying our Vantage Points. Back at our Vantage Point, I'm just going to select 2 different NVRs. So it's going to be Mactelecom UNVR, and it's also going to be my mom's house. So we'll click on both of those and then we'll get started. So now this Vantage Point is created. It's going to bring up all of my cameras. It's going to bring up all of my parents' cameras. So now within the iOS app, we're going to be able to see that. Now we're over on my iPhone and you can see that I have 2 different Vantage Points created, which I do. So one has 3 sites and the other has 2. This is a huge improvement for the iOS app. I would assume it's coming for the Android app as well. We really did need this if they didn't want us to do the stacking, and I'm glad that we now have it in our phones. In this update, they also allowed us to create activity and AI spotlights. If you're not seeing it, like we aren't seeing it at the top of my phone right now, you need to go up to your icon in the left-hand corner. From there, we need to go over to our app preferences. And then right at the bottom, we could see spotlights. And if we click on the eye icon, it says spotlights replace the recent detection bar showing important people, vehicles, and events across multiple cameras. Face and license plate recognition available on AI-enabled cameras. We'll press OK and then we'll hit that toggle switch. On my UniFi Protect dashboard, we can now see the activity and AI events. I have one created for my cats and one for known faces. We could also create new ones by hitting the plus icon. It's going to tell us what the spotlights are all about, and then we could press add spotlight. Now we could do the AI spotlights, use a text-based prompt to create a spotlight, or we could select it by our activities, or we could manage our spotlights to be able to delete them. I'm not going to create a new one because I only want to see my cats and known faces, but this is also a nice feature of this new iOS update. The next update gives us the ability to pair a sensor with a camera. You could also do this with the floodlight, but I don't have any floodlights in my environment. So if I go ahead and I click on my office sensor, we could see the connections, and then we could go over to our settings. Under the settings, we have paired cameras, and if we click on that, it could be paired to any one of my cameras. I don't have any indoor cameras, so I'm not going to pair it. But if you do have indoor cameras, or maybe say you have a sensor on your front door and you have a front door camera, you could get those paired with either the sensor or you could do it with the floodlight. Another thing that we could do with these sensors, if we have multiple different Superlink gateways within our environment, we could go down to the connection settings and then we could click and lock to a device. I only have one Superlink gateway in my environment, so that's what it would be locked to. But if you had multiple, you would want to do it to the closest one. One more update for our Superlink gateway, we could see the client list now. So if we click on the client list, we're going to see all of our Protect sensors that are within the Superlink, and we'll also be able to see all of the other Superlink devices when they release in the future. I'm really hoping those come soon. That is probably the one device or the Superlink family that I'm looking forward to the most. A couple other small things within this update, they changed the device icons for our dashboard and our devices. We could also go over to one of our cameras now, and clicking on the settings and then going over to microphone, we could disable when recording. And if we read that, it says when enabled, audio is not saved in recording, but it remains available during our live view. And that's going to be it for my video on the new UniFi OS update. And I'm really glad that they brought the Vantage Point as well as the spotlights within our dashboard. Let me know what you think about this new update in the comments below. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button. If you're new here, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. All right, thanks.